From a secret age gap that changes everything to a real toy that actually flew into space, today we're breaking down 10 shocking secrets about Buzz Lightyear and Woody that even true fans completely missed. If you love Woody, drop a comment below. And if you're a fan of Buzz, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. Number 1. Did you know Buzz Lightyear is up to 4 decades younger than Woody? Here's how we know this, and Pixar kind of snitched on them. In Toy Story 5, we learn Jessie is an action figure from the mid-1950s. That means Woody, who's the same era, has been around since roughly 1955. This was during a time when space travel wasn't even a real concept yet. The Apollo moon landing wouldn't happen for another decade and a half after that, and space toys wouldn't become mainstream for decades more. Meanwhile, it's canon that the Buzz Lightyear toy line wasn't a thing until 1995, the year the first Toy Story movie came out. By then, Woody had already been around for at least 40 years. So doing the math, Buzz is roughly 30 years old, while Woody is pushing 70. It's a good thing they're toys and not humans, because that friendship dynamic would be very different in real life. Number 2. Did you notice the random home video playing in the background of Toy Story 2? There's a scene where an old clip shows a kid hugging a Woody puppet from the original Woody's Roundup show. Just a background detail, right? Except fans zoomed in and realized something huge. What if that kid isn't just some random extra? What if that's Andy's dad? Andy's mom straight up calls Woody an old family heirloom at one point in the movie. Heirloom means it's been passed down. So the theory goes that Andy's dad went to a Woody's Roundup event as a kid, fell in love with the same cowboy doll, and years later, that exact toy ended up with his own son. That would mean Woody isn't just Andy's toy. He's been a family member for 2 generations before we ever met him. Nobody confirmed this, nobody denied it either, and that gap is exactly why the theory refuses to die. Number 3, did you know an actual Buzz Lightyear action figure flew into real outer space? In 2008, a 12-inch Buzz Lightyear toy launched aboard NASA's Space Shuttle Discovery, heading straight for the International Space Station as part of an educational partnership between NASA and Disney. This wasn't a green screen gimmick. The toy genuinely orbited Earth for over a year, used by real astronauts to help teach kids about science and space exploration before finally returning home. Here's the detail that makes it feel like fate. When the Disney team needed a Buzz figure on short notice to send up to NASA, they couldn't find one in time, so a staff member grabbed the toy from underneath his own kid's bed and shipped that one instead. A random kid's actual childhood toy became the most well-traveled action figure in human history. Number 4. Let's break down just how deep the Darth Vader parody goes with Emperor Zurg, because it's more detailed than people realize. The flowing cape, the deep electronically filtered voice,
Buzz Lightyear,
the intimidating helmet design, all of it is a direct homage to Vader's whole aesthetic. Even his weapon, an ion blaster that shoots bright green balls, is basically a toy version of a deadly laser sword. Then there's the reveal itself, the I am your father moment during an elevator fight scene, which is such a specific recreation of the Empire Strikes Back reveal that it plays less like a reference and more like a full recreation. At no point did Pixar ever try to hide this. It's not subtle or buried in a background prop. It's the entire foundation of who Zurg is as a character. Number 5. Here's a genuinely dark detail if you actually stop and think about it. In Toy Story 3, when Lotso's crew at Sunnyside takes Buzz prisoner, they don't just lock him up, they flip a switch on his back and reset him all the way to demo mode. That means everything Buzz has learned, every bit of growth, every memory of Andy, of Woody, of becoming a real friend instead of a delusional space cop, gets wiped clean. He goes right back to thinking he's an actual space ranger on a mission with no idea he's a toy at all. That's not just a plot device for laughs. That's basically toy amnesia used as a weapon, and it gets used against our hero by the villain's own gang. Imagine losing every relationship you've ever built with one flick of a switch on your back. Years of character development gone in a second. Number 6. For the first time in this entire franchise, we actually see visible aging on Woody. Toy Story 5 gives him a red poncho, a little extra weight, and a noticeably bald spot on his head. Let that sink in. This is a toy. Toys aren't supposed to age the way people do. But decades of play, decades of being loved, hugged, dragged around, and thrown into toy boxes have physically changed him. It's such a small design choice, but it hits incredibly hard once you realize what it actually represents. Every scratch, every bit of wear, every strand of missing hair is basically a visual timestamp of just how long Woody has been loved by kids across multiple generations. This isn't damage from being mistreated. It's evidence of a life fully lived as someone's favorite toy. If theories like this hit different for you, make sure you're subscribed, because we've got a lot more hidden toy Toy Story secrets coming your way. Number 7. Buckle up, because this theory genuinely changes how you see the whole franchise. Fans notice Lotso's backstory is basically a darker mirror of something that already happened to Woody. Remember when Woody and Buzz got left behind at a gas station in the very first movie? Andy almost lost them for good right there. Now imagine if Andy actually had replaced them that day. Fans argue Woody had every capability to become exactly like Lotso, a bitter leader ruling over other toys, if he lost his kid for real instead of getting rescued just in time. Both characters are natural leaders. Both go through massive trials trying to get back to the child they lost. The only difference, and it's a huge one, is that Woody always had a kid waiting for him, and Lotso didn't. So really, Lotso isn't just a villain. He might be a warning, a glimpse of what Woody could have become if one single lucky moment had gone differently. Number 8. This is one of those blink and you miss it details that somebody had to literally pause the movie to catch. In the very first Toy Story, when Sid is mutilating his toys in his room, take a close look at the tools scattered around. They're branded Binford. That name is not random. Binford is the fake tool company from the sitcom Home Improvement, the show that literally starred Tim Allen, the same actor voicing Buzz Lightyear in this exact movie. So, while Buzz is dealing with his identity crisis in one room, the villain right next door is holding tools branded after the show Buzz's own voice actor was famous for at the time. That is such a specific layered joke that most kids watching this in 1995 never had a chance of catching it. No wink to camera, no callback later, just a quiet little nod sitting in the background of one of the most intense scenes in the whole movie. Number 9. Buzz Lightyear, the name that is now literally tattooed on childhood nostalgia everywhere, was not the first choice. Not even close. Before he became Buzz, this character went through the names Tiny, then Lunar Larry, then somehow Tempest. Can you imagine kids running around screaming to infinity and beyond? And it just doesn't hit the same because his name is Tempest. The name Buzz actually comes from a real-life astronaut, Buzz Aldrin, the second man to walk on the moon. So every single time Buzz says his own name,
Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger,
you're basically hearing a tiny tribute to one of the most famous astronauts in history. If they had kept any of those earlier names, the entire vibe of the character changes. Buzz sounds fast, sharp, heroic. Tempest sounds like a villain from a show that got canceled after one season. Number 10. Throughout the entire franchise, Buzz Lightyear toys become fully convinced they are real space rangers the second they meet a human or another toy playing along. It's basically a built-in glitch for the whole toy line. But there is exactly one moment where Andy's actual Buzz does not fall for it. It's when he runs into that other Buzz at Al's toy barn. Somehow seeing another version of himself is the one thing that doesn't trigger the delusion. Everything else does. Humans don't trigger it either, but that's a different mystery for another day. So why would meeting a duplicate of yourself be the one exception in the whole rulebook? Is there something about recognizing your own face, your own voice, your own gear that snaps a toy back to reality faster than anything else? Or is Pixar hinting that Andy's Buzz had already started figuring things out even before the movie's big reveal? This tiny detail barely gets a second of screen time, but it might be one of the most important character clues in the entire series. And that's it. Which secret surprised you the most? Woody's real age, or the toy that actually went to space? Let me know in the comments. And if you want part 2, hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed, because we're uncovering even more secrets next time.